friends. So today I look not bad. I don't think I look very good. I am getting ready just for like my day. It's like 3 p.m. I'm getting ready for my day. Something kind of like wild just happened, and I figured since I'm getting ready anyway, I would just throw on a quick my thoughts video, and we're gonna talk about the Jordan Byers video that went up like a couple hours ago. I know I'm like hella early to this situation. I just like it just worked out at the time. So here's what's going on. The reason I want to preface this with just a comment of like, I don't hate Jordan Byers. I actually used to be subscribed to her and really liked her content. I unsubscribed a while ago because I felt like, I don't know, I felt like she didn't have like that certain drive that she used to have. A few months after I unsubscribed from her, she came out with a video talking about like why she changed, and she talked about, well, how like her move to LA had been really hard on her and she's been really struggling like emotionally, and I totally get that. Because when I was her age, I went through like really similar things actually, just in the sense of like I really struggled with my anxiety and my depression, and I was alone a lot, and like I totally understand where she's coming from with that, and like very homesick, and like I get it, I really do. And I think she's fantastic at doing her makeup, and I think I don't think she's a bad person, basically. I really don't. I don't think she's a terrible person. I don't think she's this like evil manipulating person. I do, however, think this particular video had a lot of flaws and a lot of issues. And I think there are a lot of things she said that were incredibly contradicting, incredibly condescending. And I can attribute a lot of that to her being very young, because I know she is like 18 or 19. So she is young. But I'm just like flabbergasted at some of the points she made, thinking those were like fantastic points. Basically, just to start, I think the absolute biggest issue I had with the whole video was the fact that throughout the entire video, she said things like, oh, well, I'm not perfect either. I'm owning up to my past things. Like, I am absolutely not a perfect person. And she like she said that, like she said out loud, I'm not a perfect person or whatever. But she didn't like address anything besides just saying that. She wasn't like, I have been super petty on Twitter and I called out Manny MUA. She didn't say like, I supported somebody without giving my like fan base a full opinion on who he was, and then lied and said that I had no idea who he was and I never watched his videos when there was proof of me like watching his videos. She never like said any of that in the video. And I don't know. That was my first really big issue with it, was like, you can't make a video like that being like, we are gonna change, I'm all about change and we're defending change and all of that. Like, you can't make a video like that and just glaze over the things you did. If you were part of the problem, you have to completely and totally own up to the part of the problem that you were. Does that make sense? You can't just like go in and like, oh, well, I'm not perfect, but I'm asking you to be now, even though I'm not perfect, and I won't even address the reasons I'm not perfect. Like, she didn't even remotely address that in the video. Right off the bat, like, I hate to be overly critical, but right off the bat, that instantly makes me like lose credibility in my mind. Looking directly in the camera and being like, are you perfect? Are you perfect? Girl, you didn't even tell me why you're not. You sat there lecturing me for making a video about you when you didn't even own up to the stuff the videos were about. You said drama channels lied. Okay, if they're lying about you, tell me why. Tell me the situation. I think that was a huge, huge mistake on her part. And instantly just makes me like, I can't even, all the other points I'm going to make are still like, I'm going to make them. None of them else matter as much as this one, because if you don't own up to your own mistakes, why should I listen to you about how to fix our mistakes? and fix this big problem. You're part of the problem, so you have to own up to that before you can be part of the solution. Does that make sense? That was like the biggest, it's crazy how just putting on foundation makes you look so much better. That was one of the bigger things that she said that I was like, wait, are you kidding? Also, I don't know if this is me being like nitpicky, but it kind of, and I also like hate cliche things. I hate things that are overly cliched or overly, they seem like, I feel like when you throw too many cliches into a situation, it instantly just doesn't seem as like legit. It kind of just felt like, from the get-go, it kind of just felt like she watched like a video about cyberbullying that's meant to be shown to like middle schoolers when they start getting into Facebook. And she just like pulled things from that and was like, just filled the video with useless cliches that had no real, like, it didn't, like, it was unnecessary. The whole thing just felt very much like she was lecturing me, less about, like, let's be comrades and fix a community, and more like, stop being mean to me and stop bullying. And she started off the video being like, well, I don't want to isolate anyone or kick anyone out of the community. But it's pretty evident that you don't like drama channels and you don't like what they're saying about you and you have a problem with that. Like, it's pretty evident. When you're telling people to be the change and be more positive, you're telling them to stop supporting drama channels. Like, you do want them out. It feels a lot more like she is personally hurt by the drama that's happening and she has a personal issue with the drama that's been happening. Then, oh my God, like she really wants to invoke change. She didn't give a crap about drama channels being negative and hurting people until it was her that was getting hurt. Like, are we not seeing a little bit of hypocrisy with that one? You can't dig yourself into a hole and do things that are really shady and then blame the people who called you out for being shady. You just have to apologize for doing the things you're doing. You neglected to acknowledge in a review about a brand that you used to be a fan of the brand owner. Like, you neglect, that's a huge, that makes you not credible. You're a review channel on YouTube. You can't just lie about something like that and then not address it and then get mad when people say, well, now you're not really credible. You're not credible anymore when you do something like that. The thing about YouTube, the second you lose trust, you have to work really hard to gain it back. And making a video like this, lecturing the people who doubt you and telling them that they're adding to a negative change, they're a negative part of YouTube, really doesn't help the situation for you. You're not going to gain back subscribers or gain back fans doing something like that. When you're sitting there lecturing them, when you are the one that messed up, not a lot of people are going to have a lot of sympathy for you. I'm sorry. She then the whole thing about this that really bothered me too, and something I had a big opinion on, was that the whole thing felt really, really passive aggressive. She didn't mention any names, which I guess maybe she was trying to like, just not be, I don't really know. I would have had so much more respect for her if she had gone into this video and been like, I said I didn't support John Cookian, and I said I didn't condone drama channels, but in reality, I used to be a fan of his. I'm not currently, but I used to be. Like, that's all she had to say. She didn't have to, like, go into detail. Just say the names. Like, she doesn't have to. She's like, I used to like drama channels. Just say you used to like John Cookian. Nobody's questioning your like for any other drama channel except for him. He's the only one. He's the only one. It goes back to the point of it, and she literally said this in the video. This isn't even me like speculating. She literally said in the video she was fine with drama channels until they started coming for her, and then she was offended by them. I guess maybe I can understand that mindset, because it's like you didn't understand how hurtful they could be, and like they've been hurtful towards you, but you didn't like apologize for you like used to liking drama channels. You didn't address that like that was an issue that you used to have. You just glossed over it like it wasn't a big deal. And the thing is, and if you had gone more in detail on that and been like, I should not have ever been into drama channels. That was a mistake on my part. I have changed. My viewpoints have changed since having, like, if she just expanded more on everything. The whole thing felt very like, just like cliche, scatterbrained, cringy, just not something that was actually wanting to invoke change, but more wanting to just complain about the fact that people were giving her hate for a good reason and not apologizing for that reason. She kind of then goes on to say, like, everything drama channels do. She goes like, drama channels aren't going anywhere and I don't want to take them down. I'm sure they're nice people. Everything drama channels do is a lie. Like, she literally says that in the same sentence where she's like, everything they do is a lie. Everything they do is fake. You can't trust them, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not here to bash drama channels. I'm not here to hate on them. She just spent 2 minutes talking about how terrible they were and how trash they were and how they were liars. Like, you sound so much more childish when you're not just being upfront and honest about the situation. Like, just be upfront and honest. It's really not that hard. I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm doing simple brows today because I just can't be bothered. So incredibly cringy to just like stare directly into a camera and like stare directly into a camera and like insult the people that are watching you and like chastise them. Like, who do you think you are? I don't understand. Do you really think you, Jordan Byers, who freaks out about something about Manny MUA using the same video title as you think you are the voice of reason for YouTube? Without even addressing any of that, really? You just literally said, oh, I've made mistakes, I'm not perfect. That's not addressing the situation. That's not owning up to what you've done. That's glossing over something so you don't have to talk about it. Like, I'm sorry. Also, just like more for that note about the Manny thing, she was like, I've had a lot of time to reflect and really work on myself and change and all of this. Didn't the most recent thing with Manny, where she like attacked him about this name thing, happen like 2 weeks ago? Didn't this happen like so? How much thought reflecting did you do in 2 weeks? How much change did you make in 2 weeks? I don't really understand your point there. Because I know 2 weeks ago me was pretty freaking similar to now me. We're pretty much the same person. I thought that was very, very strange. I thought that was like a weird statement to make, that you've made all of this progress and all of this change in very, very, very little time. Then she kind of goes on this part of the rant where she's like, I just think I'm going to call out some YouTubers now. I'm going to call us as YouTubers. We as creators need to stick together, basically. And we need to, why are we letting the drama channels do this? Why are we creating the drama in the first place? When, again, most recent Manny thing happened 2 days ago, but then this is what I know, that Miss Byers hasn't actually reflected on the change that needs to be made in the community, because she would say something like, I myself was involved. She didn't say this. This is what she should have said. She should have said, I myself was just involved in something, and I regret that, and apologize to Manny for dragging him into some bullshit. And instead of doing so, she goes, bigger creators know the impact they have on their followers, and they should not be spreading this type of hate to other YouTubers. Why are we spreading that hate to other YouTubers? Essentially, she's freaking pissed that Manny MUA followers have been attacking her for the last week because she came for him, and he had the audacity when she came for him to call her out again. So she's like, why are we not all being nice to each other? Because suddenly she has Manny MUA. He has like 5 million subscribers, and they're all attacking her because she was rude to him. She was rude. She was unnecessary. She was extra. She didn't make any sense with her claims, and she was rude. And now she's going to sit there. So now I understand the motive. The motive isn't you want change in the YouTube community. The motive is you want Manny MUA to tell his subscribers to stop attacking you. So again, you're instantly not credible to me because you have so much your personal career is so much at stake with this type of video. Your personal, like, everything is so much at stake with what you say here. So it just makes everything you say not credible because you're still involved in these situations. And then I guess the biggest, this is, again, I feel like all of these things just accumulatedly, like they accumulated and made this such a big issue. But she kept, even from the get-go, I noticed this. She kept being like, be the change you want to see. We need to change. We need to change. The YouTube community is unhealthy and it needs to change. Okay, elaborate. How does it need to change? What do people need to do to make that change? What are your suggestions? What's your ideal community like? What are you personally going to do to make that change besides make a video saying be the change? What can other people do besides just spread positivity? which is just a really bull crap generalized statement. This is the issue I have, is that she doesn't really want, in my opinion, I don't know her intentions. This is all based on what I saw from one video and from watching her channel. She does not want actual change in the community. She doesn't really care. What she wants is for people to change the way that they are treating her because it's negatively affecting her. If none of this had ever touched her, she would never have said, oh, this is so negative and wrong. She would still be watching John Cookian videos. She doesn't want a real change. She wants people to stop picking on her because it's making her sad and it's not doing well for her channel. And while I literally just got mascara on my nose and I'm pissed. And while I can understand that, I can understand wanting people to be nicer to you and wanting people to not maybe make so many videos about you, don't hide the fact that that's what you want behind fake positivity and fake wanting change, because I see you and I'm calling you out for that. Nothing about that video was about overall change. One of the first things you learn in a Psych 101 class is how to define the term micro and macro. Jordan Byers in this video was claiming she wanted a macro change, meaning she wanted a change for the entire community. She wanted everything to be better and everything to be different. She actually, what she described as her ideal community was a micro problem. She wants things to change for her. She wants things to be better for her. She doesn't actually want anything to be different or better. She just wants her life to go back to the way it was before she started getting drama channel videos made about her. That's just my honest opinion. It's truly what I got from that video. And I think this is kind of emphasized because at the end of the video, she's like, I don't know if me saying any of these things is actually going to do anything or it's going to change anything. No, girl, it's not going to change anything because you didn't clearly express how you wanted things to change. This is the thing. I don't completely disagree with her that we have a really kind of a little bit toxic and unhealthy beauty community right now at times. I don't think it's the way that she's describing it. But I don't disagree that at times things can be very toxic and things can be not healthy or normal, or things can be fabricated and people can try to ruin lives. And I don't think she's completely wrong in what she's saying. And it sucks because she has such a big platform. And if anybody, a lot of the people I know on YouTube could reach that many people, they would be able to spread this message so much more eloquently and so much better than she did and so much less selfishly than she did. But instead she went on and claimed that she was trying to make some big change in the YouTube community and complained about her own personal problems for 15 minutes. And to me, that's annoying, that's frustrating, that's not being honest, that's not being real, that's being incredibly fake and incredibly selfish, because you could have taken the time to own up to your mistakes and then gone forward. And if you actually cared, you could have taken the time to talk about your mistakes and then go forward and talk about the other issues in the beauty community. But you just want everyone to leave you alone. So I'm making this video because I'm not gonna leave you alone, because you made some mistakes and you have a lot of followers and you need to own up to those mistakes. You can't just push them under a rug and claim that people are bullying you and cyberbullying you. What they're doing is telling other people about some of the shady things that you've done. You're not so far, you're not at like John Cookian level. You're not so far that you can't change what's happening right now and have these things be fixed. You just have to own up to it and actively say that you're doing something wrong and you made a mistake. You can't just pretend it's not happening and then blame the rest of the community for the problem that you created. You can't. I'm sorry. At the end of the video, you went on to be like, and just ignore the haters. We're just going to ignore them. We're just going to pretend we're going to kill them with kindness and we're just going to be better people. And like, I don't see you haters. Haters, back off. Read the comment section. Read the comment section. Did she respond with a comment to any of the positive comments she was given? Or did she respond to every single negative and criticizing comment, even from those that were her fans? Which did she respond to? Go look, because it's what you think it is. She only responded to the negative comments and the disagreeing comments and completely ignored her true fans that were in total agreement with her, even though she's completely wrong. But you kill them with kindness and you just keep preaching that narrative. Yeah, I'm done with my makeup and I'm done with everything I had to say for today. This entire situation, I'm kind of glad it's going to be probably put to rest after this. I don't anticipate a response from her on any of this unless it's to actually own up to her mistakes or anything. Again, I don't hate this girl. I don't think she's an evil person. I think she's just really young and very naive and like a little bit selfish. And that combination is not always the best for YouTube. When you're putting yourself in front of a camera for thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, you have to understand that criticism is going to come. That's not necessarily a community issue. Sometimes it's you did make a mistake, sometimes you didn't. But either way, you have to know how to handle yourself with grace and not being fake about everything. You have to know how to handle yourself and be honest about what you're actually thinking. Yeah, not trying to be mean to this person. I have no hate towards her. I just frustrates me that a message that is really like she's not incorrect about some of the things she's saying, but I know that she's not saying them for the right reasons, and that's why I get frustrated, if that makes sense. But yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. I'm honestly just so happy you're here watching. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye.